So we're here with Sean, the owner of this beautiful Camaro, just to tell us a few words about his car. So when did you end up getting this car, Sean?
I've had it a little bit less than a year.
Okay.
About 10 months.
Perfect. And what kind of powertrain are you rocking in this?
This actual engine is a LS6 454 from 71. It has the Holley 850. It has the iFly air cleaner catcher. It's got the phase 3 ignition box. This is essentially a 71 Baldwin Motion Camaro. It's running the hooker style side pipes, which was Joel Rosen's trademark for motion performance, the L80 hood,
Right.
and the M22 Rock Crusher transmission. So this is exactly how he built it. You know, minus over the years, certain parts got replaced, but this is essentially the car. Had a repaint, obviously, because most of the cars' paint jobs don't really last 50 years.
Right.
I mean, just a couple of the minor things that I had to do just recently was the window regulator replaced, the bearing and the steering wheel column. One of the exhaust manifold gaskets was leaking, and that's essentially it.
Okay.
It's a phase 3 package, so it's the motor, transmission, and it's the dyno tune with the suspension setup with the Lakewood traction ball.
Perfect.
Joel was known for his fishtail wing and his paint scheme.
Right.
Which it would look, driving from the back, it looked one color, and then from the, coming at it, looks like a different color.
That's a good way to think about it. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, it just, cars like this aren't really cloned, I mean, because most people do like resto mods, and this was considered to be the extreme custom back in the day. Regardless of whatever you ordered from Baldwin Chevrolet, which is a small mom and pop dealership, Joel Rosen hooked up with them, gave them their performance catalog. Customer got to go down, check what they wanted. Typically, it didn't matter if it went to Rosen, he ripped out the motor. With the phase 3 package, it would be guaranteed to run in the 11s with one of his drivers or someone that was sanctioned by NHRA. He's never had to pay up on it. He's never had to take a car back.
Yeah, it was a money back guarantee, right? So where'd you find this car specifically?
This one was in Idaho.
Okay.
And as we talked about earlier, I had an opportunity actually to buy 2 other motion cars. One was the last Camaro he did, which was in '73, and they couldn't sell that new. So that was that ended up was being owned by his head mechanic. Then he had to sell it because he couldn't afford it. And then eventually a truck driver bought it, painted it green, drag raced it, was able to eventually run in the 9s with that motor, and then eventually they painted it back to the original color, which was copper, but it was painted green during that time in the 70s.
I see.
And then the other one was the most expensive Chevelle that was ever made, and it was the 73 that had the L88 427 in it with the Hone overdrive. And that one never ever passed auction block. It's never been seen. Only if you Google it, you'll see it. But it's always been in somebody's collection.
Interesting.
That was a car that you either loved it or you hated the body style, because it wasn't the 72 style.
Correct.
So the guy that ordered that car, he ordered it midstream in the year, so they weren't doing that run of 72 anymore. So he had no choice but to get the lower compression 454, and Joel wrote, they yanked it out. They yanked it out.
No worries.
And then they end up, putting their magic on it.
Right.
And then I think the final price tag for that car in '73 was like $11,000, which is god awful. Like
it's like 3 cars.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. So, I take it out to maybe just a couple car shows. I was at the Good Guys car show about week and a half ago, and they got the Camaro award.
Perfect.
So I'm very proud of it, just because of the fact that you won't see cars like this, and they always looked at cars like this as day 2.
Right.
And day 2 has kind of gone away to the pro touring look. But you buy these cars really for the nostalgia piece of it, and I believe you got to leave them true to what they were back in the day.
No, perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, man.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.